A man barred from his neighbor's property by a formal trespass notice. A deputy's knock. An invitation inside. What happens next changes everything.
Arrived.
What's up?
Hey, sir, I'm deputy at the sheriff's office. Gotta let you know I'm at body camera going. You mind stepping out and talking to us real quick?
I'd rather be inside.
Okay.
Come on in.
We can step on in. Do you have any weapons?
What's that?
Do you have any weapons on you?
No.
Okay. Okay, so I gotta let you know I'm at body camera going. You want to take a seat?
No.
Okay. You want to keep your hands out of your pockets while I'm talking to you?
There's sauce in here.
There's what?
I'm gonna take my coat off.
Yeah, that works too.
Okay. What's up?
All right, Jeff. So here's what
I went over to the neighbors to ask
Hey,
where
Jeff.
it was.
Jeff.
And I watched why I was over there.
Okay.
That's why.
I just said hi to I said hi to I wanted to see if he was around. Is he around? Is he around? What's your name? I don't know it. Hi, cops. I came over to say hi to
It's like he knows.
He does. He's been trespassed.
Yeah.
He's been trespassed. He's not supposed to be on our property, and he was clearly on our property and not leaving.
Jeff,
Okay, tell me.
you asked me why I'm here. You mind taking your hands out of your pockets? All right, can you frisk you real quick and make sure you don't have any weapons, okay?
Go for it.
All right, go ahead and turn around, put your hands on top of your head. Hands
Because
on-
I put my hands in my pockets all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he's just gonna frisk you real quick. Yeah.
And that's why I let him.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff.
I'm upset that you're here.
Can you take a step back?
No. You step back.
All right, Jeff. Put your hands on
No.
your back.
Okay, we will.
Come on.
On February 9, Langshanling Arshilo, Panik, deputies responded to a trespass and threat complaint. The subject had been issued a formal trespass notice from the neighboring property. He invited officers inside his own home. What followed raises questions about consensual encounters, frisk authority, and the legal threshold for felony harassment. The Fourth Amendment provides its strongest protection at the threshold of the home. Under Payton versus New York, officers cannot enter a private residence without a warrant or a recognized exception. Consent is one of those exceptions. When the subject invited officers inside, he voluntarily eliminated the warrant requirement and transformed a constitutionally protected space into a lawful encounter on his own terms. When the subject repeatedly placed his hands in his coat pockets during a threat investigation, the officer requested a pat-down. The subject consented. Under Schneckloth versus Bustamante, voluntary consent is an independent Fourth Amendment exception, requiring no suspicion whatsoever. Terry versus Ohio provides a parallel basis: a reported threat, a prior trespass history, and active pocket behavior satisfy the reasonable, articulable suspicion standard independently. Either basis alone validates the frisk.
No.
Let's not do this.
Then don't arrest me. I didn't do
you
damn
already know.
thing.
You already know how this is gonna go, Jeff.
Kick down, fight one.
I'm gonna kick you in the balls. Why are you arresting me?
Fighting with one.
Okay, come on, let go. I'm gonna let go.
Put your arms behind your back.
I said I let go.
Don't move, Jeff. Okay?
Can I breathe?
Yep. I'm not
Just
squeezing your
breathe.
head. I'm not squeezing your
Come on
head.
here.
I'm not squeezing your head, Jeff.
Come on here. Oh, come on. Let me just move over.
Nope.
I got.
Come on, Jeff.
You're crossing my chest.
No, we're not. We're not on your chest.
on your
Jeff.
chest.
Can I move over?
Nope.
Something's wrong.
Just a second. Just 1 second. You can, okay?
Okay. What the neighbors are doing. Now can I get up?
No, you're gonna sit here for a second.
Okay.
Just breathe, Jeff. Okay?
I'm having problems breathing.
Yeah, I know.
Breathe.
Just take deep breath. Deep breath, okay? Don't kick. Deep breath.
I'm gonna start.
What's that?
Let me start, Dave.
Why am I getting arrested?
You're being arrested for felony harassment and criminal trespass.
I went over
56.
because I was not there and I went to ask her where she was.
We're gonna roll
That
roll up,
shoulder's broken.
Okay,
That
I'm
shoulder-
gonna grab that shoulder then.
Okay.
Okay, can you roll up on your own?
Make sure before you leave, my cat's in the house.
and open the toilet seat?
Oh, no, no. You'll see our car's in front.
Because she drinks on the toilet. I have no money, so you're going to probably have to do last.
Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Have these rights in mind? Do you want to talk to me now?
What?
Do you want
Neighbors
to
have
speak?
been
Do you
harassing
want?
me for years.
Let's just stand.
And I got mad and
Okay,
I went
Jeff,
up.
you
I'm going to roll up on my knees.
Perfect. Go and roll up to your knees.
Because that's
There we
over.
go. All right. Just get up. There we go, and up to your feet.
The verbal threat directed at the officer forms the probable foundation for the felony harassment charge. Most harassment statutes require a knowing threat, causing the victim to reasonably fear bodily injury. A direct physical threat at close range during an active encounter satisfies the threatening communication element. The felony designation attaches in most states when the victim is a peace officer performing official duties. That element is clearly present. Graham versus Connor holds that force is evaluated from the perspective of a reasonable officer at the moment of decision, not in hindsight. 3 factors govern: the severity of the crime, the immediacy of the threat, and whether the subject is actively resisting. All 3 weigh toward the officers. A prior trespass notice, an explicit threat of physical violence, an active physical resistance during detention, each independently support the force level used. Miranda versus Arizona requires rights advisement before custodial interrogation. Warnings were administered and acknowledged. The subject then made a voluntary post-Miranda statement, attributing his conduct to a history of neighbor harassment. That context does not constitute a legal defense. Provocation is not a recognized affirmative defense to criminal trespass. The voluntary admission of anger strengthens the prosecution's case. Criminal trespass requires knowing entry onto property after a prior notice forbidding it. That notice was in effect. The subject acknowledged going to the property, and the neighbor confirmed his presence. The charge is well supported. Obstruction requires intentional interference with an officer in the performance of duties. Physical resistance to a lawful detention satisfies that element. The felony harassment charge turns on the applicable state statute's peace officer enhancement, which the facts appear to satisfy.
All right. We're going to step
Could
out
you
there.
make sure my cat's in the house?
Yeah, we can do that. We didn't see any cats, okay?
Come
Come on. We're walking.
Can I get my cat?
Your
My
cat?
baseball cap is right under the chair.
I don't see your cap there, Jeff. Come on.
Can I,
Come on,
I
Jeff.
always have a baseball cap.
All right, just face against that grill, okay there, Jeff?
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, man.
What's that? Do you remember you first me? This is different. This is a search.
He just did a quick pat down to make sure you have weapons in your pockets, remember? Because you kept wanting to put your hands in your pockets. Yeah, that's why he just did a quick pat down search at that time, okay?
So
Yeah,
you gotta
well,
make sure my cat's
Okay.
in there.
yeah, we'll check. We'll get your wallet too, okay, man? You all right?
I'm having a hard time breathing.
Okay, we got aid coming, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna have aides come check you out here in a second, okay? I know you got a bum shoulder.
Probably better on this side.
Yep.
Okay, Jeff, I'm gonna go back to your house and I'm gonna grab your wallet, okay? Is that okay?
Make sure the cat's safe.
Okay.
Leave the, probably.
Do you want me to grab them so I can lock the house?
I'd rather you weren't here.
Well, that
The
makes
keys
two of
are
us.
there and you'll see which key it is.
Okay.
Oh, that's the front seat. Yeah. Okay.
Hi, do you mind if I
Pushed
come
me,
in?
so I pushed back. That one did. The other guy did.
Okay.
And I'm going to say he did.
All right, she's here to check on
No,
you,
I'm
okay?
not going to do anything other than sit here.
Is
But I
that
think we
okay?
met before.
Oh, okay. Can I just check you out real quick?
Sure. I got a broken shoulder.
Oh, which side is it? Is it this one?
Yes.
Did you just get that today?
It's been broken for years.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't touch it then, okay?
Okay.
Is that all right?
No, you told him that place your hands behind your back, and he went off. And that's why I was like, well, hopefully he'll just get the hands up and we'll be okay. And then I don't remember what he said, but he said something threatening, and so that's when I'm like, no, we're going to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, he was argumentative from the jump before he even opened the door.
The man was charged with felony harassment, criminal trespass, and obstructing a public servant.
The primary deputy receives a grade of B+, obtaining verbal consent before the frisk, rather than relying solely on the Terry framework. Reflects above-average procedural awareness. Force was deployed only after an explicit verbal threat and physical resistance. Consistent with Graham versus Connor. Post-arrest conduct was professional. Emergency medical services were called promptly. The pre-existing shoulder injury was accommodated, and the nature of the pat-down was accurately explained. The grade stops at B+ because conducting the arrest inside the subject's own home created unnecessary tactical disadvantage. The subject receives a grade of C. The legal exposure began before the body cam activated by returning to a formerly trespassed property. Consenting to the frisk was the correct call and prevented early escalation. From that point forward, each decision added a charge. Refusing a step-back request contributed to obstruction. Issuing a physical threat established harassment, and resisting detention compounded both. The post-Miranda admission of anger, while voluntary, reinforced the prosecution's narrative. Rights were available. They were not used effectively. 3 lessons emerge. First, a formal trespass notice carries the same legal force regardless of the underlying personal dispute. Returning to trespass property is criminal trespass. Full stop. Second, a verbal threat directed at an officer during a law enforcement encounter is not protected speech. It is a separate criminal act that eliminates any chance of a non-custodial resolution. Third, a voluntary post-Miranda statement is admissible and usable by the prosecution. Silence remains the most effective legal tool available to any subject in custody. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to check out our second channel, Street Bodycam, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.